Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
So I'm going to do my top 13 characters for the Monopoly Gamer. These are going to be what we like to play with, starting from what we think is the least powerful to the most powerful, or what we have the most fun with. And I'll kind of describe each one as we go through. So we're going to go through our top 13. So number 13 is Tanooki Mario. In this one, you can advance the next unowned property. You may buy it. If there's no properties, you do nothing. So this is kind of great in the early game when there are unowned properties, but later in the game, it is completely useless. If there's a player on the space in front of you, they drop 6 coins, which is okay, but the more players you have, the more likely there are going to be people surrounding you or getting close to you, and then this right here may just give somebody else points. So go to the early game, completely useless as the game goes on when it's critical, and then this can actually help somebody else. So that is our number 13. Number 12 is Diddy Kong. His star powers move up to 3 spaces forward or backward, which can be actually really, really good. It's not a real far, but it can get you to activate other places. And you can steal 4 coins from a player who's up to 5 spaces behind you. Now, if that was still 4 from anyone, I think this would be a better character, but you're going to need people to be around you. So this can be very situational, where a lot of the power-up boosts are not so situational. So while this is pretty good at being able to move forward, 3, or back, which honestly can stunt you later on in the game, where there might be a position where you can't use it, is fairly useful, but this right here is very specific. So that will leave us with Diddy Kong at being number 12. Next up is Boo. He will be our number 11. His star powers, you may drop 3 coins to use Superstar ability on any other character. Now, this does give you some flexibility, but this is one of the ones that are going to cost you something to do. So you're giving up some coinage here and some life, if you will, in the game in order to use another character. I kind of feel like if you liked another character, then you could just select that character for whatever reason, but he's kind of the wild card, but it will cost you a little bit of money, but he gives you pretty much everybody's power. His POW is all players drop 1 coin, which is normal, but then you may advance to space directly behind the next player on the board and follow the rules. So that can be really good early in the game when a lot of properties aren't bought up, but once again, you could POW somebody else, and then somebody else could come in and take that money, which is normal, but, if that space behind them happens to be good, then you can do that. Otherwise, it's very situational. For number 10, we have Fire Mario. His star powers, the next 2 players on the board each drop 4 coins, which can be really nice if you're going to be able to catch them and get the 8 coins. If it's not, then you might be just setting somebody else up. The green power up here is the next player on the board is 4 or more spaces ahead of you. They drop 5 coins. That's great if you roll 4 or more and you can pick up those coins. You could also be setting somebody up. So these can be really, really, really powerful in the right combination when people are in front of you. It could also be completely useless and just helping somebody else, and that will keep Fire Mario towards the bottom of the pack. Number 9 is going to be Luigi. His star power is going to be all other players skip their next power-up die roll, which can be really great. Sometimes that affects you, and sometimes it doesn't. So if they were going to roll something that would hurt somebody else, maybe the leader, that could be something beneficial that you don't want to do, but you wouldn't know until they rolled the dice. It's okay. And the red shell, choose any player to drop 3 coins. That's normal, and that player skips their next power-up die roll. So you can maybe hit the leader there somewhat. Luigi can be helpful. It may not help you. That could be something just to take that to hurt somebody else. It can be situational, but we're starting to get a little bit more useful here. Next up is Rosalina. Her star power, you may drop 5 coins to steal another player's least expensive property. So we're getting to the thing where we have to give something up. You're kind of buying that property. It could be something that's only worth 1 or 2, but you have to pay 5 to get it. But that could be useful for getting a set or breaking up other people's things. Maybe you get something of value. So it's good in the fact you're getting more property, which is more points, and she's really good at that if you can roll the stars, but it's going to cost you to do so. Now, when she rolls 3 coins, you may collect rent from the bank for any one of your properties. That can be really good, especially if you have double rent or some of the more expensive properties. So her combination powers work pretty good together, and I feel like she is somebody, if you can roll these quite a few times, that could actually be a very powerful character in the game. Next up, we have Wiley. So his star power is you may drop up to 8 coins and move forward that many space. And once again, you're giving something up. And I kind of put those guys down the list a little bit because you have to get something to get something. But you can move forward up to 8 spaces if you have the correct money. And that can be really helpful to get a property you need or step on a space you want, maybe get a chance card. So this is actually a fairly good card if you know how to use him. Now, when you steal 2 coins here, you can steal 5 coins from another player if you are both on the same space. Very situational and very hard to do to maximize this power, which brought the card down a little bit overall. I do like the first power quite a bit, even though it costs you something. But this one is extremely situational. Here is Bowser, the big boss. You collect 5 coins from the bank for each boss you defeated. So this is going to be better if you've been able to defeat some bosses or able to get ahead on that, and you're playing with more players. So you want to be able to, or less players. So with less players, you're more likely to beat more bosses because other people aren't going. So this can be a really good character with maybe a 2-player game. After you steal 2 coins from any one player, all players give you a coin. So you steal 2 from one person, that everybody gives you a coin. This one's going to help you with more players. So he's kind of almost a contrast in styles here of how many players you want to maximize this. But if you can get a lot of those bosses, he can be worth quite a few points. Here is Donkey Kong, everybody's favorite tie-wearing monkey. His star power is you can steal 3 coins from each player. Once again, that's going to help you out with more players. So if you're playing a 4-player game, that can be 12 coins. When a 2-player game, it's only 3 coins. A POW, all other players drop 2 coins. Normally they would drop 1. Here they will drop 2. Once again, he's a better player with more players versus maybe a 2-player version of the game. Donkey Kong's going to work with more, but with more players, he's a very, very valuable resource to have. Here is Toad. Doesn't he look like a mushroom from the top there? You can see him right there. Now, Toad's going to be the last of the extra characters you can track down. Star power, collect 5 coins and roll the number die and move again. But this can really hurt you if maybe you get somewhere where you don't want to go. It doesn't say up to. You roll the die and you move. So this one can really strike back at you a little bit. The POW, after players drop a coin, which is normal, you roll the number die and move again. So Toad's going to be really good about moving across the board and maybe getting to those battles a little bit better. Also, he could land himself in jail, right? So Toad's kind of a mixed bag that I think the power is really good, and it does keep you moving. Moving is fairly good, especially really early in the game. If you can rule some of these, you keep moving and get a couple properties, and that could be a nice jump start. So Toad's a really fun character to play with, but he is a risky player. So here's Yoshi. He's going to come in number 3. His star powers collect all the coins on the board. That can be extremely powerful, especially late in the game and mid the game where a lot of people are moving. You're dropping things. There's a lot of coins on the board. He comes in at the right time and just swoops up and gathers everything. That can be super powerful at the right time. And I've had a good time playing that star ability when people see all these coins on the board and you roll that star, big moment. And I like that big moment in Yoshi. With the green shell, you can choose a player in front of you or behind you to drop the 3 coins. Normally, it's just in front of you. So you can strategically get, maybe if you're playing somebody in front of you or behind you, it gives you a decision to make, which I like, versus just whoever's in front of you. So that can be very, very good. Yoshi's a very fun character to play. And who doesn't like this cute little dinosaur with shoes on? And my second most powerful is Princess Peach, the traditional princess in this universe and Mario's love. Her star power, collect rent from the bank for each property you own. Wow, that is so good. Even early in the game, it's going to give you a boost of money, but late in the game, especially with less player count when you're owning more properties, super, super powerful, super powerful, super powerful. Now, her red shell, choose any player to drop 4 coins. Usually it's 3, so it gives an additional 1. That may or may not help you in the respect, but it can definitely hurt somebody. You can choose any player on the board, so you can definitely attack the leader if need be. In this one, I like her a lot. Her star power is really, really, really good, in my opinion, especially later in the game when you're going to need it in order to survive. And the most powerful to me is Mario. He's the most well-rounded character. His star ability is roll the number die, collect that many coins plus 5. So you're going to get 5 right off the bat, and then you're going to get an additional depending on what you're able to roll. I find it very powerful throughout the game because it's pretty balanced. It's the same start, middle, and end. He's one of the few characters I feel like that gives you a pretty good average, very above average power throughout the game. A lot of the characters like Princess Peach, I think better later in the game when you own more properties. He's the same throughout. Very durable, very popular, and a very good player to play as. Now, his 3 coins, he collects 4 coins instead of the normal 3. He's not hurting anybody. It's not situational. Both just give him a lot of coins. Coins is what makes the world work in this game. And I find out that Mario is the best player to be overall, in my humble opinion. So that's all the characters from Monopoly Gamer 1 through 13. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have a differing opinion, or you like another character, or have a reason why you like that character, or you just like their powers, please comment below. Let me know what you like. My son Jack and I would be very, very happy to see who you like, how you like to use them, and why you like to use them in this game. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.